you have to feel connected to what it is that you create. And I feel like for a lot of y'all, you don't feel connected to the things that you've been creating. And I think that's why I said at the beginning that you cannot create things just for the sake of creating them. You can't create things just because somebody told you that they thought that this would be a good idea for you. I said this in the fireside video. It's okay to get advice. It's okay to seek counsel, right? But at the end of the day, the things that you create, you are in charge of. You rule over that, right? And sometimes people mean well. They want to give us the best advice possible from their perception and from the things that they've experienced, right? And not to say that these things are helpful sometimes, but earth signs, that ain't got nothing to do with you. And your cousin too, rolling down the strip on gold, coming up slamming Cadillac doors. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Hey, my Earth Sign Bookies, welcome to your March 2025 Creative Divination, where I divine for the creator you. I am Mecca. Welcome in, Earth Signs. I know I'm late. I'm sorry, child. Life been lifing, but y'all know I got so much love for y'all. You know, it's Earth Sign gang over here. But we gonna get into these messages, okay? Because the card that came out as your overlying energy got me a little bit worried, okay? So let's get into it, Earth Signs. As per usual, I would look for Sun, Moon, Rising. Also, if you would like to book with me, all my information will be down in the description box, okay? And let's get into it. Earth signs. We have walk away, and it says, you're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It is time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul's purpose, okay? So, Earth signs, some of y'all, you may be working outside of your alignment right now. That's just that's okay. We have these things, you know, divination and things and such, to put us on notice sometimes, right? So for some of you guys, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you are going after right now, it just might not be in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing right now. For some of y'all, I'm picking up that this could be you, or this could look like rather you doing something for the sake of doing it, or doing something because someone else told you that this is what you're supposed to do, but you know deep down inside that that's not in alignment to what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Okay, we have the six, and it says unity building, strong foundations, strength in numbers. Okay, what's at the bottom of this deck? I'm screaming. We have loyalty, strength in adversity, and unshakable bonds. Let's see how this plays out. I'm curious because bottom of this deck we have discovery. And it says new ideas, people, or opportunities may be coming your way. While there is still work to do to reach your goal, you may discover new strengths and new passions along the way. So, Earth signs, you may, outside of not, being in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, whatever this is that you're supposed to be walking away from, I feel like it's going to open up and allow you to discover different things that are more in alignment to where it is that you want to go and to what it is that you want to do. A lot of times when we find ourselves out of alignment, which let's be frank about it, is very easy to do. The things that we're surrounded by, the people that we're surrounded by, you start to feel like you don't mesh well, right? You feel like something's off. You feel like you don't have the support. You may feel like, I don't know, this is very specific, but for some of y'all feel like you're not reaching the audience with your creative ventures that you want to reach, and it's leaving you frustrated, and you're wondering, like, where's the community, where's the support, where's the
it's on the other side of this thing that you're not supposed to be focused on right now. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is you taking inventory, I feel. Taking inventory of what you've done thus far. Taking inventory on whether what you have been doing is working. And for some of y'all, you come to the understanding and the realization that it's not, okay? And it's giving like, should I continue to do this thing? Should I hang it up and pivot? It is giving pivot, okay? Y'all know me. I never tell y'all to do anything. I suggest. I tell y'all what these spirits and these energies are saying, but the choice is ultimately yours, right? Now, why y'all doing some shit that cause y'all stress? Why? You know what this is giving me? This is reading number 2, where I'm being scalped in front of y'all. This is giving like you making things so hard on yourself and stressing yourself out because how can I word this to where it makes sense? I'll say this. It's like spirit making you so uncomfortable. Because for some of y'all, and this is me speaking as an earth sign with several earth placements, we can be real headstrong, okay? It reminds me of that scene in Selena where Selena and Chris are talking about getting married, right? And Selena says about her dad, she said that she said once he deals his heels and that's it. There's no moving him, right? We earth signs are known to be pretty. Once we put our hoof down, once we what's the word? Once we hook those into something, right? We're not. It's hard to move us, right? And I feel like because of that, for a lot of us, spirit is like, oh, you don't want to move, say. You don't want to do what you're supposed to be doing, eh? Okay, let me make this so uncomfortable for you until you have no choice but to walk away. Till you have no choice but to pivot, right? Spirit, what's the messages for my earth signs? But yeah, because you're uncomfortable and it got you stressed out, earth signs. Now is not the time to continue to push things that aren't working. If it's not working, if it's trying to leave your life, if you're working on something and it just is not bearing the fruit, especially if you've been working on it for a long periodically time, okay, it may be time to just move on. It may be time to pivot, and that's okay. I feel like, especially for us earth signs, we are determined, especially once we have a vision of how something is, not only something that we want, but how something is supposed to go. Once we get that vision, baby, there is very little that could really deter us from continuing to try to make this thing work. For no other reason sometimes, just to prove that we can do it. Baby, who are you? What are you proving? What are you proving? Like, it reminds me of me leaving my job, and part of me wanted to stay because I was like, no, I have to prove that I could be an adult and that I could adult proficiently and I could stand on my own, because that's always been something for me that's been a sore spot, okay? Ooh. But I'm screaming. It got to a point where I was like, girl, who are you really doing this for? Why are you at this job that you don't like? Why are you continuing to put yourself in situations and positions to where spirit has to continue to show you that this is not for you? Spirit, any more messages? Give me one more card, please, Spirit. Bottom of the deck. I am screaming. Okay. Bottom of the deck. We have we have clinging to the past. Oh, I love what I do. We have conditioning. We have sorrow. I didn't even see that in there. We have beyond illusion, and we have playfulness. Okay. And Earth signs, that's just the bottom of the deck. Okay. The cards that came out, I'm going to go one by one with these. We have ripeness in the reverse. Actually, we're going to go two. And we have that here with the Lover's card in the reverse. Earth signs. For some of y'all, the reason that things aren't creatively moving forward in the ways that you want them to is because they're not ready. And the reason that they're not ready is because there is a disconnect between you and, I'm hearing, your soul's purpose. Or there's a disconnect between you and your higher self. There's a disconnect somewhere. And y'all know how I feel about creativity, right? Y'all know how I feel about being a spiritual creative. I do it because in a lot of ways my creativity has brought me back to myself in some of the most beautiful ways, right? I feel like it's brought me back to myself in ways that other things don't have the capacity to do, right? And being a Gemini rising, I feel like that's important. Okay? And I don't feel like you have to be a Gemini rising to feel this, but you have to, okay, that was loud. You have to feel connected to what it is that you create. And I feel like for a lot of y'all, you don't feel connected to the things that you've been creating. And I think that's why I said at the beginning that you cannot create things just for the sake of creating them. You can't create things just because somebody told you that they thought this would be a good idea for you. I said this in the fireside video. It's okay to get advice. It's okay to seek counsel, right? But at the end of the day, the things that you create, you are in charge of. You rule over that, right? And sometimes people mean well. They want to give us the best advice possible from their perception and from the things that they've experienced, right? And not to say that these things are helpful sometimes, but earth signs, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Like that's as frank as I can be about it. Like that is great, but what is it that you want to do, right? Why have you allowed outside circumstances, outside influences, outside people to make you feel like what you want to create is a burden, that it doesn't make sense? Okay, it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to me, so I'm going to create it. Like, that's how you have to move, earth signs. Okay, this is very out of character for earth signs. I'm just saying. The next two cards we have is completion and sharing. I kind of want to clarify this completion card. Spirit, why is completion here? Give me some more info. Give me some more intel. Why is completion here, Spirit? The cards that came out is New Vision. We have schizophrenia, inner voice, and exhaustion. Some of y'all are going to end up if not already, some of y'all are going to end up very mentally exhausted because you're not listening to yourself. I said this probably in almost every elemental group that I have done thus far. You and fire signs are my last two, but if I can recall correctly, I said this in the air sign and the water sign video. Whatever is coming up right now that is like you're being asked to release it, to walk away from it, to put it down, or even simply, or actually, let me say this: anything that you're being asked to do in regards to this, right? It's for a reason. We're in eclipse season. We're about to have a solar eclipse on the 29th of this month. Um, Neptune enters Aries on the 30th. Mercury and Venus are still retrograde. As a matter of fact, they're about to retrograde back into Pisces on the 29th. We have all of these transits, right? And I'm going to tell y'all, like I told the fire signs, I'm not an astrologer. I'm just privy of these transits because I work very closely with an astrologer, right? For my own sake. So if any of that sounds foreign to you or you want to hear more about those transits and how they're going to affect you, I implore you to reach out to a trusted astrologer. I'm going to pin some down in the description box so that you can check them out. We gotta, and I said this on Twitter the other day, we gotta do better at supporting our Black spiritualists, because for a lot of us, we put a lot of work into what it is that we do. We put a lot of study, and we need to support each other more. So me doing my part, I'm going to put some down below so that you can check them out. They give great, thorough information, okay? But whatever it is that you're supposed to be walking away from is faded right now, right? These things are coming up, especially during Mercury retrograde. These things are coming up to be acknowledged, to see what needs to be let go of, to see what needs to change, to see if you need to pivot, whatever flavor is yours, okay? But there's some things, our signs, that I feel like there's some cycles that are closing in your personal lives, right? That influence your creative life, right? And Spirit, I feel like, is asking you. Okay, that's why that makes sense now. There are some of you, Earth signs, who, like myself, go through things to be able to share how you got over, right? How you got through, how you wrapped it up, right? And you're supposed to be sharing that, but also I'm hearing, how do I word this? Do not let this new vision be influenced by what you're ending. Because I feel like for a lot of you, what this time and this season in your life is asking you to do, because we gonna flip this right side up, okay? It's supposed to bring you back to yourself. And some of y'all are so conditioned. Oh, okay, that was really loud. Some of y'all are so conditioned to look for the stress. It's like you almost see it as like a, what's the word? Um God, what is the word? It's like you almost see it as a, this is why I hate Mercury retrograde. I can never think of words. Challenge. It's almost like you see it as a challenge. Are y'all okay? Like it reminds me of me. That's why I said, are y'all okay? Because it's almost like, I said this when when everything first started like falling apart this past winter, right? I got here to the new space that I'm in, where I literally have nothing to stress about. Nothing. Y'all, literally nothing I'm stressing about, right? I'm so used to stress. I got here and was actively looking for things to stress about, to the point where I had to be like, girl, are you okay? Like, you're sitting in what you prayed for. You're sitting in peace. And here you are, so conditioned to look for the other shoe to drop, that you can't even enjoy the space you can't even enjoy the peace that you have, right? And I realized, like, I realized that I feel like I seek out things like that most of the time because I'm like, damn, I want a challenge. Let me show you what I'm working with. Let me show you how I can overcome, girl. How about we show people how you revel in peace, how you sit in peace, like, and this is what that has given me. It's almost like I even noticed these cards came out together. It's like you have a choice whether you want to be sad bitch club or you want to be like playful. And you're like, no, I'm just gonna sit over here and be sad and think about all the things in my past and continue to mentally exhaust myself and drive myself mad. Even though these things are coming to completion, right? I'm going to do all of that and not listen to my inner voice, not be playful, not see beyond the illusion of what is being reflected back to you because, baby, I am a true and firm believer that the reality that we live in, the reality that we create for ourselves is a reflection of what's going on in here, right? So if you are doing all the things, right, you feel like you're a burden and you're mentally exhausted and you're clinging to the past and you're clinging to conditioning, of course that's going to be what your perception of life is right now. But you can change that. You can see beyond the illusion of that. You can see beyond, what your reality is showing you, right? How do you do that? By listening to yourself. They're gonna hiccups, right? By discovering new ways, by taking charge of your reality, by stop enabling yourself, by not enabling yourself, by following your passion and your inner voice, calling your power and your energy back to y'all. A lot of y'all have really scattered energy. And I mean, I get it. Do I want to pull? No, we're going to pull tarot. And it's so funny that that card came out, that scattered energy card came out, because that's how I felt like this reading is going. It's very scattered. It's very, like, all over the place. Any more messages, Spirit? I can't make this up. This shit came out in the damn fire sign reading. Now we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. We also have the Two of Cups with the Hermit card. Earth signs. Okay. Earth signs, you are being given an out. You're being given an out. You're being given. Ooh, this is touching a little bit too close to home. You are being given a way out. Take it. Take it. You're not only being given a way out, you're being given time to process. Right? I said this to the fire signs, and I'm going to say the same thing to you. I am reading this book called The 78, I want to say it's the 78 Degrees of Wisdom, I believe. It's about tarot. It deeps dive into the symbolism, pictures, all of the things, right? It really breaks it down in such an amazing way. And so, like, it connects different, pick it up, okay? But, especially if you are a diviner. But I said this in the fireside reading. There's a reason that this lantern is here. And the homework that I'm going to give you is I want you to do your research and find out what the significance of this lamp in the Hermit card is. And then apply it to this reading, okay? You guys, we guys, we're being given a way out. Being given solitude, right? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to stay stuck? Or, this literally just fell off the deck. Or, are you going to continue to lie to yourself that this process that you're doing is working? Are you going to continue to burden yourself with things that aren't working? Or are you going to be the magician? I'm just saying. And I feel like also some of y'all feel like y'all not ready because you feel like you don't have everything. If you don't have everything, then create it. We're moving out of, see, y'all about to make me mad. We're moving out of this space where it's just this whole woe is me story. We're not doing that. Because if you are consciously on your spiritual path and you still got this woe is me mentality, what are you doing? Why are you here? We create our own realities. We've been given the tools to do so. I don't care what you practice. I don't care if it's hoodoo. I don't care if it's another ATR. If it's book. I don't give a damn what it is. You have a blueprint. There are things here to assist us. There is no way you should ever feel hopeless and helpless. Oh, well, I wish that I could. Why can't you? I don't have what I need. They created. Gone are the days where we sit around waiting for people to change our experience. Because if that's the case, you're gonna be sitting and waiting for a really, 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 really long time. On this journey, you are going to lose things. You are going to lose things. You are going to lose people. You hopefully are going to lose ideologies and ways of thinking. But baby, you still got 2 cups. So what are you going to do with those 2 cups? Or are you going to continue to focus on what did not work? Are you going to continue to shake your little proverbial fist at the heavens because something was taken away that you know deep down in your soul was not working no way? I said this, and I think a client divination. A delay is not a denial. Every no isn't a no. Sometimes a no is not yet. Sometimes a no is I got better for you. Sometimes a no is you're thinking too small. Sometimes a no is you got things that you got to get rid of first. Right? How hard are you willing to work for it? Why am I saying this to an earth sign? How hard are you willing to work for it? Earth sign? Y'all about to... This you. This who you need to be. This the energy that you need to be moving into. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't question. She knows. The Queen of Pentacles is, oh, I don't... No, I'm going to sit on my throne. And I'm going to attract everything to me that I need. Matter of fact, it's already done. That's the energy you need to be moving in. And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, that's delusional. Okay. Because let me tell you where my delusion has gotten me. It's only delusional to people who have no foresight. It's only delusional to people who don't understand the concept of ancestral equity. They've done it before. They've been here the whole time. They have kept you. They have held you. They have supported you. They have carried you. What makes you think that they can't do it again? What makes you think that they're going to take things away from you or see to it that you don't get what you're asking for? Because deep down inside, they know that's not what you really want. I said this in a client divination. Some of y'all go to the car dealership, want the Jaguar, and settle for a Honda Civic when you know that that's not what you want. Okay. I'm going to stop fussing at y'all. Spirit. What does the earth signs need to surrender, Lord Jesus, on today? What does... Because I know, like, earth signs, come on, yo. Come on. And y'all know I'm going to be harder on y'all than any other elemental group because I am you, right? I have a whole Capricorn sun with the stellium in the 8th house. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Let me drop in the card. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. What did I say? You are the magic. You are the altar. You are the conjure. You are the creativity. You possess all of these things. So why are you letting the fact that things are being removed from your life, being removed from your cipher, dictate the magic that you create? If anything, you should be like, oh my God, I am free of the burden of that shit. I have space to do what I want to do now. That's the earth signs. Oh, Jesus. We're going to get a remedy affirmation card. Actually, I want to get one more tarot card to see what the advice is, because this is giving me Cat Williams at well, I was about to be so shady. Let me not do that. This is giving me the interview that Cat Williams did with Shannon Sharp, where he was like, he said, you have an unhealthy allegiance to losers, and that is so not like you. Like, that is what this is giving me. I don't. Come on, earth signs. Come on. Spirit, what is the advice before we get a affirmation card? I'm going to pray that in April, this reading did a complete 180. I'm going to hope. Because this is not like earth signs. Spirit, what is the... I don't know which one fell out. Anyway. Earth signs, what is the advice, Spirit? What is the advice for my earth signs? What is the advice for my earth signs, Spirit? Please be clear. Okay. Well, that came out again, so I'm going to just assume. Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords. Earth signs, the advice is you control how this sword swings. You control how this sword swings. I tell y'all all the time. It is so funny because in the surrender deck, one of the cards that was about to pop out was prayer. And this card reminded me of something that my grandfather told me a very, very periodically time ago. You cannot worry and pray. You need to pick. You can't worry and pray. Like, what's the point of praying if you're going to continue to worry about it? You're extending and expending all this energy. I don't know how I'm going to do this, and I don't know. This was taken, and I don't know how to. When you could be using that energy to be like, all right, bet. What do I have in my arsenal? If I know I ain't got nothing else, I know I got a wand, I got a pentacle, I got a cup, and I got a sword. What can I do with those things? What magic and what alchemy can I create? That's the advice. Worry or pray, but pick one. Spirit, what affirmation do you have for the earth signs? Earth signs, I promise you. I did not, I just knew y'all reading was going to be like, I can't make this up. Fear and limitations. Fear is the biggest illusion we can ever encounter. It disguises itself as depression or complacency, leaving us feeling like the walls are closing in and we paralyze ourselves from learning and growing. We might find ourselves justifying our misaligned behaviors by saying that's just how I am, or spewing an endless list of excuses why you shouldn't take a leap of faith. Fear is easy to create and difficult to destroy. It keeps us from discovering new parts of ourselves and benefits us by keeping us comfortable. Fear will tell us that there's nothing on the other side of it, when in all actuality, you are missing the most important part, the unknown. Get comfortable with the unknown today. Revisit one of your goals and take 2 actions toward it. The affirmation is you will not let fear, or I'm sorry, I will not let fear ruin the adventure of my journey. And with that, I ain't got nothing else for y'all. I love y'all. Y'all done. Oh, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of March. We're going to be back in April. And this better look different, Earth sides. Okay? But if you would like to book with me, I'm leaving all my information down below. Be great, get bread, stay all the way live. And with everything, be intentional. Have the rest of the March that you conjure. Conjure wisely. Y'all make me what up. I swear to